what we are doing, the top technology firm of the world will be under what we call the e-hub of the world, under United Nations flag, and they're gonna build a platform. On this platform, they're gonna make available a lot of apps. Like today on Apple iTunes and Android, how you can drag and drop apps. So they're gonna make tons of apps available for free for the whole B2B marketplace. So you are, let's say, assuming you are a trucker in Egypt. So, and you would like to have a trucker system. System. So you go on Medeas, the application, and then you drag and drop a trucking solution. You want a financial solution. You drag and drop financial solution as you do today with your phone. And then, and the same thing, the warehouse in Egypt, and same thing, the freight forwarder. So what happened is that all of them, all the logistic or the B2B environment, they will have similar, I mean, they can drag and drop from this platform, and they can improve the efficiency of the logistics in Egypt. Now, not only that, also with this apps, we will make available also what we call the new generation of e-commerce, and new generation of finance, e-finance, and new generation of e-insurance. When you talk about economic integration, so once we have efficient, let's say now, since you have drag and dropped the trucker, the freight forwarders, the custom broker, they have drag and dropped similar apps, and now they can talk to each other, and they improve integration, they improve the e-documentation between each other, they improve data visibility and tracking and visibility. So all of that, it influences the efficiency and reduce cost, okay? But now also there is the key how we're buying product today and how it's gonna be tomorrow, right? You asked the question, so you're gonna have to hear the answer because it's gonna be a little bit long. I have to explain to you how this works. Make sense?
That's the objective.
I have been asked a question one time in one of my interviews in the G20 magazine. They says, why until today the technology of the world was not able to help the world economy? I said, the answer is in the question. If we see today the information, you just said the information technology of the world, what kind of information we are using today and who's providing the technology? In the world of information, there is many different category, quality of information. The lowest end is called non-validated data. Non-validated data is provided by a single source, non-validated, NVD, non-validated data. This is the lowest end. By the way, and almost 80% of what we use today online is based on NVD, non-validated data. What does that mean? If you go today to Amazon and you want to buy a product, there is like reviews. Who have put those reviews? We don't know. There is today companies, you can hire company to make reviews for you, so to help you to sell maybe some product or anything or something like that. So, and this is again under the category on non-validated data. And so what is the other extreme? This is the lowest end. So what's the other extreme? The other extreme is called UDQ, ultimate data quality. The ultimate data quality everybody in the world is striving for, but until now no one have reached to this ultimate data quality. Once we found this ultimate data quality, it's going to change the world. It's going to change how we do commerce, how we do business with each other, and I will explain. The ultimate data quality, UDQ, is the data that you feed in the system and then you perform real life action. What does that mean? Today you can do, if you are online, you can do any information you want, right? No one is monitoring you if it's real or not real. But when you decide to travel, so you put the data in Intravelocity, you put the name of Tony, you should go to the airport with Tony passport. If you go with George passport, you're not going to travel. So this is a way when you put the data in the system to perform real life action. But then it's validated by multiple sources in the same pipeline. What does that mean? The taxi, the Uber, who pick you up from the house says Tony is traveling. The guy who check your bag says, I check the bag of Tony. The guy who check you in, I check in Tony. So what happened is each one, multiple entities confirming that Tony is traveling. Having said that, this is in the airline industry. Where this data, this ultimate data quality, where this data does exist today in the economy, it exists only in one industry, logistics industry. So What we are doing, again, we bring in the top technology firm of the world, providing apps for free, all kinds of apps for free for the B2B clusters, the 19 clusters, to use, and when they use, we will collect this UDQ because we provide the logistics apps for free, so we can collect those UDQ, and we take those UDQ and we plug it in the e-commerce, e-finance, e-insurance, and we'll introduce something unprecedented in the e-commerce. And I will give you an example. What does that mean? And why this is important. When we say e-commerce, we are talking about economic integration. Economic integration, if you want to simplify it, economic integration is the moment that the buyer and seller meet. And the buyer want to obviously buy a product or service. Any data you give the buyer to increase the conversion ratio, it will be, this is the ultimate objective. Yahoo, Google, Facebook, all of those gurus, Alibaba, their ultimate objective is to increase, the war is how we can increase conversion ratio from seeing a product to acquiring a product. This is where comes our initiative. With the ultimate data quality, we will achieve this high conversion ratio. We optimize matching, so how you match, how you make them encounter each other, the buyer and the seller. And you can increase the conversion ratio, how they can buy the product very quickly. As example, if you go today, if you are a shirt maker, and you want to make shirts, you have example from Walmart, they place an order to buy 10 million shirts from you, and you want to manufacture 10 million shirts and ship them to Walmart. So you go online, you go to Alibaba, you put the button. You will find that there is 10,500 buttons maker. 10,500, how are you going to pick from them? This is what today the e-commerce platform, this is what it provides. It provides 10,500 only on Alibaba. The question is, from those 10,500, which one is the best one for you to buy from the button? At this moment, they don't have all the information that you need to make the proper, to convert and to buy. Why? Because when you look to this data, to this 10,500, which one you're gonna buy is the one that gives you the best quality. So how you know the quality today? They use non-validated data. So this non-validated data doesn't help me to know that if this guy have good quality or not. So the quality must be enhanced to give you info, to provide you intelligence, so you make the right decision. So who have the best product? I'll buy from the 10,500. This is enough? No, it's not enough. Number two, my bank will finance me to buy from, I will buy from. Because in essence, I need to finance those bonds. And the banks have certain criteria from who I have to buy my supplier, how big my supplier should be, how long in the business. This means if I pay him the money to send the bond, he will send the good bonds. So the banks have a certain criteria about my supplier. So I need to make sure who from all those 10,500 who meet my financial requirement, banking financial requirement, I will buy from. The quality and finance. Number three, insurance. Also, who will cost me less in insurance when I buy from, I'll buy from him. And number four is, what is the reliability and dependability? Because once I decide to buy from you the bond, from a person the bond, I'm gonna have it on a weekly shipment come to me. Then I'm going to manufacture the shirt. So this weekly shipment, it's very important, logistics cost and logistics liability and dependability. If example, the cost in the beginning on the internet, it was $1 less. Number one, A buyer is less than a B buyer in $1. But when I start moving on logistics, it cost me $3 more. So the reliability and dependability of logistics from the buyer zip code to the vendor zip code, to the seller zip code is very important. So also logistics reliability is important. And the last thing is an integration. To be integrated, there is a cost to it, and to be non-integrated is a cost to it. So those 5 parameters are so important the moment I decide to buy. And I'm not buying today like when I go to Amazon to buy, like a $300 product. I'm talking about large volume. So that's why I need good data in a split of a second when I decide from who I want to buy. So I want all this information available for me to help me to convert and to buy. So this moment is called you optimize economic integration. And once you optimize economic integration, so now the Italian buyer can find the Egyptian seller and so forth, so on. So to improve the economic integration between North Europe and South Mediterranean. So when you ask the question is, after that we have the platform available for all, for free, to use and to prove their efficiency, because we said 90% have no system. We will collect the ultimate data quality. We will improve their economic integration through the e-commerce. We can even also expedite e-finance. We can expedite insurance, proper coverage insurance, and move the logistics. Those four parameter foundation, e-commerce, e-finance, insurance, and logistics are the foundation for the trade between countries and between economies.